We give you the facts, it's not what you think. Popeye Newsling, Young King, 1 yard, bless.
Good morning, Popeye. Grandma watch Popeyes every morning and every night.
What am I think? What am I think? You're listening to Popeye News Links. This is the Admiral Tibet who I represent, and remember, the time is so serious, cantankerous and dangerous. This is Popeye News Links.
People of Center, St. Mary and surrounding.
Yeah, watch Popeyes, mama.
Here is
Where I watch?
Popeye.
are you on exactly? If you are,
Greetings viewers and subscribers. People of Marchtown, Green Island and surrounding areas in the parish of Hanover. Tomorrow, Sunday, June 15, all road leads to Jigo's farm in Marchtown. Jigo, he'll be presenting a Father's Day brunch with a difference. Food will be ready by 1 o'clock, and don't worry, if rain fall, Jigo is gonna ensure that you are sheltered. Don't miss this Father's Day brunch, and refreshment will be sold at discounted prices. Nobody cook tomorrow. Go to Jigo's farm and have your dinner because food will be aplenty, and may I talk about any kind of meat that you can think of. Don't miss it. In the news today, detectives in Lucy, they are searching for a guy popularly known as Image. Image is living at Hyde Brissett in Lucy in the parish of Hanover. Reports are that yesterday afternoon, Friday, June 13, about 1:30, a taxi driver popularly known as Coco and Image, they had an argument, and this argument, it became physical. Coco, he then left and went on the road. He picked up some passengers in his car who he was transporting when he was pounced on by Image. It is alleged that Image, he pulled a gun from a crossbag he was wearing and pointed the gun at Coco. Image, he squeezed the trigger, but nothing happened. He then charged the gun, but the magazine fell out. Coco, he was able to drive away, making good his escape. Image, you are now wanted by the police. In this next report, that gentleman on your screen, his name is Andrel Harris. Andrel is now 34 years old. He is living at Hurst Road, Newland in the Cayman Islands. Andrel, he's from the parish of St. Mary in Jamaica, where he used to attend the Richmond Road Primary School. He left Jamaica when he was 9 years old and he migrated with his mother to the Cayman Islands. He went on to attend high school and college in the Cayman Islands, and from an early age, he got involved in journalism. He had a passion for storytelling. At an early age, he used to appear on Radio Cayman's Youth Flex, and he was also a sub-editor at the John Gray Times. He worked as a reporter, a producer, and a news anchor. He worked on television, radio, and print media. His journalism career began in 2013 as a trainee at the now defunct television station Cayman 27. While he was working as a journalist, he pursued and ultimately earned a law degree with honors. He later ventured into public relations and speech writing with the Cayman Islands government. He later returned to the newsroom with the launch of Compass TV. Andrel, he was last seen alive on Tuesday night, June 3, about 9:30 in the area of Pedro Castle Road in Buddentown of Cayman Islands. Since he was reported missing on Wednesday, June 4, sea, land, and aerial searches have been carried out, mostly in the area of Pedro St. James. The searches were being carried out by the police and the Coast Guard, but in a statement on Thursday, June 12, the Coast Guard, they said that they were suspending the search because it is suspected that Andrel is dead. The Coast Guard, they said, and I quote, "In accordance with the International Aeronautical and Maritime Search and Rescue Manual, the suspension of activities indicates that all reasonable search areas have been thoroughly covered. All available resources have been utilized and there is no longer a reasonable expectation of locating Andrel alive. The police, they are reporting that although the search, which lasted over a week, covered 12 square miles of open sea and coastline, has been formally suspended, they will still be investigating his disappearance and his suspected death. Sad indeed. And talking about sad indeed, this one, sad indeed. It took place on Wednesday morning, June 11, about 9:30. It took place at Retirement District in the Wattown police area of St. Ann. Our information is that a man, his name is Mr. Reuben Brown. Mr. Brown was 89 years old. We are told that Mr. Brown, he was visually impaired. In layman's term, Mr. Brown was blind. He was at home with his 84-year-old wife when he told her that he wanted to use the bathroom. Mrs. Brown, she was in the process of assisting her husband to the bathroom when Mr. Brown, he had a misstep. He held on to a table in the living room, but while holding on to that table, he fell, hitting the back of his head on the floor in the living room, and that was it for Mr. Brown. Neighbors and the police, they were called, but by the time they arrived, it was too late. Mr. Brown, he died on the spot. The police, they processed the scene and investigations are continuing. Sad indeed. In this next report, now, early Thursday morning, I broke the news over on Facebook. I posted the photos of those three hoodlums on your screen and I told you that they were based in Clarendon. On Wednesday night, June 11, they journeyed to CLM Runaway Bay in a white Toyota Probox motor car. They were hired to kill a businessman in the area. Police officers assigned to SeaTac, they got intelligence and they intercepted the Probox. There was a shootout and those three hoodlums on your screen, they were shot and killed. One escaped. The police, they seized an AK-47 rifle and a .45 pistol in the operation. We are now finding out that the hoodlum to your left, his correct name is Dickie Bonnick. Dickie was 38 years old. Dickie is originally from Runaway Bay, but he was living with his father, who is a so-called Obeahman in the Maypen area of Clarendon. Dickie's nickname was Hitman, and Dickie, he was a hitman by name and nature. We are told that Dickie, he carried out hits all over Jamaica. He was facing the courts on 2 different murder charges, and I would have carried those reports on this channel before, but let me remind you about them. Follow me. That guy on your screen, his name is Patrick Spence, but Patrick, he was popularly known as Matches. Matches is from Bounty Hall in the parish of Trelawny. Matches, he was a plumber by trade. He once worked at the Sangster International Airport, then Sandals Montego Bay, then Royalton in Trelawny. Whilst working at Royalton, Matches, he became good friend with that guy on your screen. His name is Everette Duncan. Everette, he was also working in the maintenance department at Royalton where Matches worked. Both Matches and Everette, they were friendly with a female at the hotel. They would go out from time to time. Just good friends going out to have a good time. But what Everette nor the female did not know was that Matches, he had a past. Matches, he was once arrested and charged by the police for the offense of rape. That case, it went to court, but the matter was dismissed because the female who was assaulted, she did not want to go any further with the matter. One night in 2020, Matches and the female at his workplace, they went out. Matches held her down and he had intercourse with her against her will. The female, she reported the matter to the police, and Matches, he was arrested and charged for rape. Matches went to court where he was granted bail, but while he was out on bail, he told his good friend Everette that he was gonna kill the female one way or another. Both Matches and Everette, they believed in Obia. In fact, in the first rape case, Matches, he had gone to an Obia man and he was of the view that that was the reason why he bossed that case. Are you following me? Matches, he told Everette that he wanted to find the right Obia man to get rid of the female. Everette, he was entertaining the argument, but deep down, he didn't want anything to happen to the female. Everette, he decided to take things in his own hands. On Thursday, October 8th, 2020, Everette, he called Matches and told him that he had found the perfect Obia man in the parish of St. Ann who could take care of the female. They met in a parking lot in Falmouth where Matches, he parked his pickup and he went into Everette's Toyota Wish motor car. They journeyed to KlLL in St. Ann. On reaching KlLL, Everette, he picked up two guys. One of them was none other than Dickie Bonnick, also known as Hitman. Everette, he told Matches that if these two guys don't carry them to the Obia man, the Obia man is not gonna see them. They drove off and on reaching Carnival in St. Ann, Everette, he stopped the car telling Matches that he wanted to urinate. Matches, Hitman and the other hoodlum, they came out of the car saying that they too wanted to urinate. While Matches was urinating, Dickie, also known as Hitman, he used a stone to hit Matches in his head. Matches, he fell to the ground and Dickie, he then used a knife to back Matches' throat, killing him on the spot. Without boring you with much more details, Everette, he was eventually taken into police custody and questioned. Everette, he confessed to the police about what took place and who did what and why it was done. Everette and Dickie, also known as Hitman, they were eventually arrested and charged by the police for Matches' murder. They both went to court where Everette's lawyer, acting on his client's instructions, he told the court that Everette had given the caution statement under duress. Both Everette and Dickie, they were eventually granted bail, but Hitman Dickie, he was upset that Everette informed upon him. Everette, he moved from the district where he was living and he went to live at a place named Knapdale in St. Ann. On Sunday, January 2, 2022, shortly after 12 midday, Everette, he went to a shop in the community. He bought some items and he was heading back home when a motor car drove up and stopped. Dickie, also known as Hitman, who was upset because Everette had informed upon him. He jumped out of the car with a gun in his hand. He opened gunfire, killing Everette on the spot. Dickie, he was eventually held by the police and he was arrested and charged for Everette's murder. Dickie, he was in custody until he was granted bail by a judge. One of his bail conditions was that Dickie, he was not to be seen in the parish of St. Ann unless he was attending court. Dickie, he picked up his bail and he went to live with family members in Clarendon where he continued with his hoodlum activities, collecting money to kill people. Dickie, he last went to court on Friday, May 30, and the murder case involving Everette, it was set for trial on January 8 next year. Dickie, the hitman, he will not be facing another judge. He chose to face the maker instead. Who vex? In this next report, I've obtained a video, but I can't show it on YouTube. The photo to your right is a screenshot from that video. Listen this.
Some man stop Steven. Right, man. Stop the taxi, man.
And he breathe and he has strength, but if he move, me know what. If he move.
So what happened to him?
Brother, yo.
What happened to him?
Gone it. Make him move. Brother, yo. Lay down back way there, brother. Lay down. Lay down. No move. Brother, yo, make him stay honest. Yo, make him stay.
Well, an ex-police officer is dead, and listen to how easy he lost his life. There is the ex-policeman on your screen. His name is Stephen Morris. He was 34 years old and he was living at Duncan's Hill in the parish of Trelawny. We are told that Stephen, he was once stationed at the Accident Investigation Reconstruction Unit in Montego Bay, but we are told that he resigned from the JCF some time ago. He was now working as a taxi operator running from Falmouth to Duncan's. We are told that Stephen, he had reapplied to go back into the Jamaica Constabulary Force, but he was awaiting a call. Persons who knew him, they are saying that Stephen, he was a humble and respectable human being. Last night, Friday, June 13, about 8 o'clock, Stephen, he was out on the hustling. He parked his Toyota Voxy in the Falmouth Town Centre and he was looking passengers to move. A security guard who was going to work at a hotel in Duncan's walked up and he told Stephen that he was going to his direction. That male security guard's name is Andrea Morgan. That's his name. Andrea Morgan. He is 40 years old and he's living at Lilliput in the parish of St. James. So, like I said, Andrea, he walked up and he told Stephen that he was going to his direction, but he did not go inside the vehicle. Andrea, he stood outside and he was talking to a friend. Other passengers came and them hold them seat in the Voxy. The Voxy was now loaded. 7 passengers were seated in it and Andrea, he was still outside talking. The driver, Stephen, he locked the door and he was about to go in the vehicle when Andrea realized that there was no space in the Voxy for him. Andrea, he started to argue with Stephen and this argument became physical. It is alleged that the security guard, Andrea Morgan, he pulled a ratchet knife from his waistband and he made one push, stabbing Stephen in his upper body. Stephen, he was eventually rushed to the Falmouth Hospital where he died whilst undergoing treatment. The police, they were quick on the scene and the security guard, Andrea Morgan, he was held. The ratchet knife was also seized by the police. We are told that Andrea, he has since given the police a caution statement admitting to stabbing Stephen. Just like that, a hard-working man lost his life at the hands of another hard-working man who will definitely be charged for murder. The mayhem. So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. Have you hit on the love button as yet? If you have not yet done so, remember to hit on it. Also, if you are over here watching our videos and you have not yet subscribed, hit on the subscribe button as also hit on the notification bell. Then click all so that whenever we drop a new video, you will be one of the first to be notified. In the final report for today, this one took place yesterday morning, Friday, June 13, about 9:15 o'clock. It took place in front of the Limehall Basic School in the Higginstown area of St. Ann. Our information is that a taxi driver, his name is Jessie Hyde. Jessie was 30 years old and he was living at Marley Drive in the St. Ann's Bay Police area of St. Ann. Our information is that Jessie, he was sitting in the white Toyota Probox motor car that he used to operate as a taxi. He had stopped in the vicinity of the Limehall playfield talking to his daughter when a blue Toyota Probox motor car drove up and stopped in front of Jessie's daughter. A hoodlum in the car pulled a gun and fired several shots, hitting Jessie in his upper body. The car then sped away, and the hoodlums, they made good their escape. Jessie, he was rushed to the Sentence Bay Hospital, where he was pronounced DEAD on arrival. The police, they were called, and when they processed this crime scene, 5 9mm spent shells were recovered from the scene. The mayhem continues. Blessed love, everybody.
Tell a friend for tell a friend for tell a friend about Popeye Newslink and PNL Blog TV. Like, subscribe and share. Quicksilver sing, if we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. If we just unite, what a country this will be. If we just unite, Jamaica live in unity. Hey, crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. I coulda sunshine or rain. Jamaica, no problem, no pain. Rude boy them no out can't take, but me want me country back. Give me country back. To the street and the lane, everybody them start complain. Bloodshed, what a shame, but me want me country back. Give me country back. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them a mash up Jamaica. Jamaicans mash up Jamaica. Oh Jamaica, me sweet Jamaica. Jamaica, Jamaica, the land of the sun. Jamaica become now the land of the gun. East and north and south when me turn. Country and town, man a pay blood a run. Murder, don't you baby me hear them a murder. Cut it out, tell them no gonna further. Man a dead like cans and bird, yeah. Who no listen them a word, yeah. Crime it a mash up Jamaica. Criminals them